Welcome to our channel. So we just finished watching episode 7 of The Bachelor with Peter.
And on this episode, we had 3 one-on-ones and 1 3-on-1.
Yeah.
It was a crazy episode. We were down to 6 girls at the beginning of the episode and the end down to 4. That means hometowns are next week. So as we begin the episode in Peru, we have the first one-on-one with Madison. And this is Peter and Madison's second one-on-one. The date card read, "I think you're a catch."
So when Madison and Peter see each other, he screams out Maddie, which I thought was really cute because now there's nicknames coming out that we're getting to see. And yeah, they're just so cute, and you can tell they're like starting to fall for each other. Like it's getting real.
So they head onto this boat and they go fishing. And I don't think they were actually fishing though. I think like the fishermen were fishing or something.
Yeah.
It was weird, but whatever. And then we see them just laying on the boat, getting very intimate, super cuddly. Peter's so into her, so infatuated with her.
Yeah.
Now we go to the night part of the date, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did. Madison was wearing that same red jumpsuit from a couple episodes ago, from the rose ceremony.
It's a really pretty jumpsuit though.
I'm just calling her out for it.
During the night part of the date, they do a little dancing, and then we get to the dinner, which, you know, the conversations typically get real deep. And Madison really opened up about her faith with Peter.
Yeah, she did. She talked about how she wants the man that she's going to be with to kind of lead the family, you know, with her faith. Her whole family is very religious.
Yeah.
And they hadn't really talked about that before.
No, but you know, I will say I loved Peter's reaction to it. He said that's something he has to work on. It is something that's important to him, his faith, but
yeah,
I think he found that really attractive in her, like someone who will like help him.
Yeah, he said that he did grow up Christian, but he's kind of lost it a little bit, you know, as he's gotten older. And like Viv said, they're kind of a good match for each other because they're going to push each other. And this is going to maybe be not a bump in the road, but something that they can work on together as a couple. And that can really mean a lot.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And during this deep conversation, Peter finally says to Madison that I am falling in love with you. And she was so happy to hear these words.
Oh, so happy. I was so happy to hear Peter say that.
I know. I'm just excited to finally see more of the deep connections that Peter's having with the girls, because I feel like we really haven't been able to see that.
I agree. And last but not least, Peter gives her the rose. So the second one-on-one is with Natasha. And out of the 6 girls left, she's the only one that hasn't had a one-on-one with Peter yet. So she was super excited to finally get this one-on-one time and actually spend time getting to know each other.
So as Peter and Natasha explore Peru, they find this little dessert cart, and it was actually one of the desserts that his grandmother used to always make, so he got so excited to share that little special moment with Natasha. And then they go to this little market, and they got these stuffed animals that were alpacas. They were so cute, and one of them had a little baby, and Peter's like, oh, is that foreshadowing something? Right. Really cute little moments, you know, that we got to see between the two of them.
Really good chemistry, I thought.
Yeah, the two were having so much fun. Peter even said there's never a dull moment when he's with Natasha, and he really enjoys spending time with her.
So during the night part of the date, where we of course have the deep conversations, Natasha opens up about her family. She even talks about her ex, and something that I don't know why, as like being in Peter's shoes, I didn't like that she said, was that her ex said she was too intense. And I was like, I feel like that's another word for crazy. I don't know. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone feel the same as I did? Because when she said intense, I'm like what? Like, what does that mean? Right?
Yeah. And she also opened up and talked about, you know, if Peter did come home with her, what her family was going to be like.
She has 3 older brothers, which automatically, again, putting myself in Peter's shoes, real intimidating.
But Natasha talks to Peter about how she feels really good about their relationship. She's clearly really crushing on him. I don't know if she's falling in love with him quite at this moment.
Right.
But sadly, Peter is not on the same page as her. He has fun with her and he really cares for her, but it's really just a friendship level relationship that he has with her. And he ends up sending her home on this one-on-one.
So for this third one-on-one, we have Kelsey. It's Kelsey and Peter, and this is one of my favorite duos out of the 6. And Peter takes Kelsey four-wheeling, which is so much fun if you guys have ever been. They are four-wheeling, and they end up at like a hill.
Yeah, so they were really cute. They started running up it, and they got so tired and just kind of laid down. They're like, oh, we're so out of breath.
It was so beautiful. Like the scenery, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it really was. And they're just laying there, being all cute, and they started really opening up in that moment. Kelsey tells Peter what she's looking for, you know, in a partnership and what she wants for her life moving forward and her family. And she said that she really wants a balance between work and being a mom. And she wants, you know, probably something like part-time, and she can be kind of a stay-at-home mom because she thinks that's very important. And Peter seemed to be pretty on board with that.
It was really cute hearing them like talk about their future.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important to be on the same page with that and like how you want to raise your kids. So the fact that they had that conversation was really good.
So now during the night part of the day, for the third time with Peter, we get into some real deep conversations. Kelsey really opens up.
She does. So she tells Peter, you know, I just want to tell you that if you come home with me, you are going to be meeting my mom, but you're not going to be meeting my dad. And if you guys remember Kelsey's story from her first one-on-one, her parents got divorced when she was 12. She hasn't really spoken to her dad, but she opened up to Peter today and said that in the last year or so, she's really tried to rebuild her relationship with her dad. But her mom does not know this. So obviously she doesn't want that conversation coming up if he comes to hometowns. And she said, you know, she just wants to try to rebuild this relationship on her own terms. You know, with not anyone's opinions getting thrown in the mix. And I think that's really mature of her, in all honesty. So Peter was so sweet about this, so on board with her decisions. And he ends up giving her that rose. So now we have 2 roses left going into this group date.
So now on this 3-on-1, we have Kelly, Hannah Ann, and Victoria F. And essentially during this group date, they all kind of separate, and Peter just has like one-on-one time with each of them.
So the first one that he pulls is Hannah Ann. You guys know how I feel about her. I don't know, she just comes off so fake, and it bothers me because I really want to like her. I think she's adorable, but there's just something in her, and I don't know if it's editing or just her tone.
Well, she just starts the conversation with crying, and it's really like out of the blue for me.
Right? I don't know. She's just, I don't know.
One really thoughtful thing, though, I have to say, Hannah Ann made a list of like why she's falling in love with Peter, and I thought that was really cute.
I did too. I loved that. I really loved that because I feel like every time the girls are like, yeah, like you're so great, and he's like, yeah, but why am I so great? You know?
Right.
And I feel like he's like pulling teeth with all of these girls, trying to get them to say a little bit more than like, oh my god, you're like the Bachelor, you're so great.
In love.
Like, you know, so I thought that was really nice, and it was like a full list of things. So that was awesome.
So now we have Peter go and find Kelly, and they go on a little walk.
And Kelly is just constantly saying how much fun she's having with him, and he's like, okay, that's great, but like, what else? Like, I need more from you. It's not just all fun and games. This is my life, and this is long term. And she's like, yeah, like, I get that. Like, and she's just so confident in their relationship, and I'm not sure if this is just due to the fact, again, that they met early on before the show started, but I feel like she's holding on to that, and she hasn't really developed their relationship on the show.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but her confidence can almost come off a little cocky.
Oh yeah, for sure.
After Peter speaks with Kelly, he goes and finds Victoria F.
And this was an intense conversation. Peter kind of brought up their last one-on-one, and she's like, wicked defensive, and she's like, oh, if that's how you want to spend our time talking about this again, then sure, let's spend our time doing that. And he's like, okay, like, calm down. And then she's like, I don't know why you're always in such a mood when we're together. And he's like, I'm not. And I don't know, I feel like, and again, I know you guys are not the biggest fans of Victoria, some of you, but I still have a love for her for some reason. But I feel like she's been in those type of like intense like fighting relationships in the past, so that's kind of like what's worked for her. So she's just so like aggressive towards Peter, whereas like Peter's not like that. So,
and she always gets in her head, and I wonder like what her past relationships were like for her to be like, maybe he likes me, maybe he thinks I'm annoying, maybe that it's like, just be more secure in who you are and how you feel, and everything should be smooth.
Right. Yeah, clearly her past relationships have tainted kind of how she is treating this relationship. Yeah. And I really hope she gets out of that, because Peter really does like her. Yeah. And she said to him, she was like, I don't want to lose you. And, you know, I want to be the one at the end of this, but it's so scary to put my guard down when I still don't know that. And he's like, I've never given you a reason to like not feel confident in our relationship. So I think she started to feel a little bit better towards the end, but still, it's very intense.
Yeah. So now all three girls are sitting down, and Peter has a rose. And he pulls Victoria F, and they start walking to the car. And I was like, oh, he is sending Victoria F home. That's it.
Does not want the drama. Yep.
Right. And then, long story short, they have a good little conversation, and he gives Victoria F the rose.
Yep.
Which I was really happy about.
I know. I was too. She needs to get out of her head.
Yes.
So he sends her on her way, and then goes back to Kelly and Hannah Ann, and talks to both of them in front of each other, and says something nice about Hannah Ann and something nice about Kelly, and then ends up giving Hannah Ann that final rose, sending Kelly home.
Yep. And now we have our final four. We have Madison, we have Victoria F, we have Hannah Ann, and Kelsey.
And it was so cute when Hannah Ann, the last one to come back to the hotel.
Yes.
The girls were so happy to see her, which made me happy, because we've kind of seen this fakeness to her. I'm really hoping that since the girls were so excited to see her, there's like something we're missing.
Yes.
You know, like clearly they're all the final four girls are kind of like, or seem to be getting along and really like each other and respect each other, which I think is going to make for an interesting next couple of weeks.
Yes.
So now we're on to hometowns. Can't wait to see all these girls' families. It's going to be very intense, and we are one step closer to seeing if Peter finds love.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching the whole video. Please leave, your comments and thoughts below, because we do love reading them.
Please make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you guys can see every time that we upload a new video.
Yes. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.